We had seen about Kohlraasch law, and we had seen even the applications of Kohlraasch law. Today, let us go into some other aspects of this electrochemistry, that is especially let us concentrate on transport number. What are the units of transport number? Can anybody explain? Last classes we had seen about transport number. What are the units of transport number? Last class we had discussed about transport number. Are there any units for transport number? What is transport number at all? Okay, that is no units. D. Kirti, very good, Tali. That is, there are no units for transport number. And uh, everyone of you, please let me discuss each and every point of transport number again. Here, what is the definition of transport number? It is defined as the fraction of the charge carried by ion is called as transport number. Okay, in a electrolytic solution, we know that what is an electrolytic solution? In an electrolytic solution, for example, if you take an electrolytic solution, we are having a solution, let us assume, which is an electrolyte. What is an electrolyte? Which conducts electricity either in the solution form or in the molten form is called as an electrolyte. Here it is going to conduct electricity by the movement of ions. Okay, the movement of ions are going to take place. For example, there is a cation. Let us assume that there is a cation here and there is an anion also present. Let us assume that there is an anion also present. This cation, if you place an electrode, that is electrodes. Let us assume this is cathode and this is anode. When you place electrodes and connect them through a battery like this, through a battery, this cations moves towards cathode and anions moves towards anode. Anions moves towards anode. Okay, what is saying? I am saying is the fraction of the charge carried by the cation is called as its cation's transport number, that is Tc. And similarly, the fraction of the charge, the fraction of the total charge carried by, why? Because what is the total charge means here? We are dealing about an electrolyte, the charge of the cation as well as the charge of the anion we are dealing about. We are dealing about the charge of the cation as well as anion. Okay, therefore, Ta and Tc, the sum of these two is how much always? The sum of Ta plus Tc. Can anybody tell me? Ta plus Tc is always how much? It is nothing but the fraction of the total charge I said. Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. So that it is equal to, somebody is saying something. It is equal to infinity. No, it is equal to wakati 1. It is always equal. The sum of the fractions is always equal to 1. My dear students, you try to remember that. The sum of the fractions of the, that is transport number of cation and the transport number of anion is always equal to 1. Without remembering, okay, that without understanding the transport number, we cannot move further in this chapter. Okay, and what is transport number of cation? Actually, Tc is equal to UC. Tc is equal to UC by, that is the speed of the cation by speed of the cation plus speed of the anion. Now Ta is equal to, what is Ta? Okay, you are allowed to talk also. You can talk here. Ta is equal to UA, that is speed of the anion by UC plus UA. UC plus UA is the speed, the transport number of the anion. And here one more aspect you must remember, that if you want, once cation transport number is known, how to find the anion transport number? Please tell me, my dear students, how to find the anion transport number. Once the transport number of the cation is known, anion transport number also can be easily identified. Can anybody tell me here? Why? Because the relation is Tc plus Ta is how much? 1. When it is equal to 1, how to calculate anion transport number? Once transport number of cation is known, very simple. Can anybody tell me this one so that I will feel that you are following my class? Okay. TA, that is transport number of anion, is equal to how much? 1 minus Tc, that's all. That is, once you know the transport number of anion, the transport number of cation can be easily determined. Okay. Why this transport number was proposed? Who proposed this transport number? Transport number is also called as transference number. It is also called as Hittorf number. Who proposed this one? Hittorf had proposed this transport number. Why did he propose this transport number? In order to prove Faraday's laws of electrolysis. All these laws were proposed. Okay, that is, what is Faraday's laws of electrolysis? We know that about first law. First law says that the mass of the electrolyte, mass of an ion or cation that is deposited, liberated, or dissolved at an electrode is proportional to the total quantity of the current that is passed in coulombs. M is equal to EQ or ZQ, it was called as. This is nothing but first law. Then what is second law? Whenever the different electrolytes are connected in series. What do you mean by series connection? A series connection means the amount of the current that is passed is same in all the electrolytes. Then only it is called as a series connection. Okay, that is, we are placing the electrodes and which are interconnected. Okay, which are interconnected like this. Externally, they are connected by to an external circuit. Externally, they are connected to an external circuit like this. Then what is the specialty of this? That is, whenever they are connected in series means, what is the common constant in all these? Being the students of physics, some of you are MPC, you must know whenever the electrolytes are connected in series, the same quantity of electricity is passed through them. Okay, for example, let us take aluminum chloride in this one. Aluminum chloride means at cathode, what is the metal that is deposited at cathode? Aluminum is a metal that is deposited at cathode. Am I correct or not? And similarly at anode, anode is what is charge of anode? Anode is positive charge. Cathode is negative charge. You see here in the terminal battery, if you take, similarly here also let us take HCl. HCl. Here let us take H2O or let us take NaCl. Then my question is, at cathode we know that in the first cell aluminum is deposited. In the second cell at cathode hydrogen gas is liberated. And in the third cell at cathode sodium is deposited. Because we are taking the molten solution. If you take aqueous solution, it will be different. It will not, that is, sodium is not going to get deposited when you take aqueous solution. Instead of sodium, you are going to get hydrogen gas. Okay, then the equivalent weight according to the Faraday's laws of electrolysis, the ratio of the equivalent weights of these elements is equal to their ratio of their molecular weights, ratio of their mass deposited, that is mass of Al that is deposited, is to mass of hydrogen that is evolved is to the mass of sodium metal that is deposited is equal to the ratio of their equivalent weights. It is equal to the ratio of their equivalent weights. But there was no proof for this one. So in order to prove them that, see here, when the same quantity of electricity is passed, irrespective of the nature of the electrolyte, the same quantity of the substance is deposited. Same number of equivalents are getting deposited. if you are following, if you had understood this law, type 1, don't understand, I will repeat again, please. Why? Because this is very important aspect. According to the second law of electrolysis, when the same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolytes, the mass of the substance that is deposited, liberated, or dissolved at different electrodes is equal to the ratio of their equivalent weights. Or simply, we can say that the number of gram equivalents of the substance of the different substances evolved, deposited, liberated are same when same quantity of electricity is passed. That is, if you get 1 gram equivalent, some x gram equivalent of aluminum in this one, you are going to get x gram equivalents of hydrogen. If you are going to get x gram equivalents of sodium. Why? Because they are connected in series, means they are having same quantity of electricity is passed through them. Okay, same quantity of electricity is also passed through them. That's why they are having same. Okay, that is about that. Then, in order to prove this one, what is the proof? When the same quantity of electricity is passed, the same number of gram equivalents must be deposited or liberated or evolved. In order to prove this one, Hittorf had used a theoretical explanation. After that, let us see about the experimental device, what was used by Hittorf to explain this one. He had used a theoretical one. In this theoretical matrix, he had taken 3 compartments. It is just an imagination. In the first compartment, he had taken 5 cations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 molecules of an electrolyte are taken in the first compartment. Molecules means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There will be 5 cations, there will be 5 anions. Similarly, in the last compartment, it is regarded as the anodic compartment. We are having 5 again. In the middle compartment, we are having 4. 4. Then, similarly, we should have the same number of cations as that of the anions to maintain the neutrality. To maintain the neutrality, this also should be same. Why? Because they should be neutral. He had taken 3 compartments, and this one in the last compartment, what he had used is an electrode. Here also an electrode is used in the first compartment also. In the first compartment, this is called as cathode. This is called as anode. Cathode charge in an electrolytic cell is always how much? Negative charge. Anode charge is how much? Positive charge. Here he had taken porous partitions for this one. All these are porous. Okay, all these are porous partitions. He had taken porous partitions so that the ions will move. It is, that is, ions can move through these partitions. It is permeable partitions are there, so that accumulation of charges or convectional current cannot be possible. Sudden tide, sudden movement of solution is not possible, only for the movement of ions. These partitions are made. Okay, this is the neutral condition that was maintained. Okay, then let us see the first case of this one. In the first case, let us assume that in the first case, what we are seeing that only cations are moving. 2 cations had moved from cathodic compartment. We know that cations always moves towards cathode. Okay, cations always move towards cathode. Therefore, let us assume 2 cations from the anodic compartment moves towards cathode. Am I correct or not? From anode only, the anodic compartment, they are moving towards cathode from anodic side of this one. two cations are moved and no movement of anions. Let us assume that this is the first case. First case we are dealing. Then what? How many cations will be remained in this one? The remaining cations will be 1, 2, and only 3 cations will be remained. Why? Because 2 were lost. And in this compartment, that is cathodic compartment, how many will be new cations will be there? 2 are gained in this one. 1, 2 are new. Earlier how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are early old. Therefore, how many anions were there? In this one, we are having only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are having 5. Here on this side, how many are there? Is there any loss in the anions? Only anions means only 5 are there. In the middle compartment, there is no disturbance in the ions. Therefore, they remains intact. They are not going to change. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cations are there. Now, on electrolysis, we know that what happens on passing current? Cations are deposited at cathode, anions are deposited at anode. What are the cations that are going to be deposited at cathode, or the excess of the cations? How many cations are in excess? Can anybody type in the chat box? In this cathodic compartment? This is called as cathodic compartment. And this side is called as anodic compartment. Now the question is, how many cations are going to get deposited? Why? Because how many excess are there? 2 cations. Why? Very good. In the cathodic compartment, the 2 cations are going to get deposited. Okay, Vaishnavi, very good, Tali. That is, here 2 cations are getting deposited. And now the question is, how many anions are deposited in the anodic compartment? How many are excess again? 2. See here, only in the first case we are dealing that the mobility of cations are taking place. There is no mobility of anions, even though the speed of the anions are less. Am I correct? Cation speed is more, therefore 2 cations had moved. Even then, the number of ions that are deposited at the cathodic compartment are 2, and the same number. What does second law of Faraday says? When the same quantity of electricity is passed through the different electrolytes or to different electrolytic cells, the number of gram equivalents deposited are same. Here the number of gram equivalents of cations deposited are how many? 2 gram equivalents. And anodic compartment, how many? 2 gram equivalents. Now let us move further. Let us see about the second case where only anions are moving. Anions move from which compartment? Anions always in the beginning, how many are there? 5 are there. Out of these 5, 2, let us assume that 2 cations are moving. 2 cations are also moving. Along with that, 2 anions are also moving. Because of the movement of 2 cations, how many cations will be there here on this side? 1, 2, already there are 5. Means 2 are gained here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 cations are gained. Now, how many cations will be there here on this anodic compartment? We know that there are 2 are lost from this one. Therefore, same. Okay, therefore 3 will be there here. Okay, now come in the middle, there is no disturbance. In the middle compartment, there is no disturbance. They are same number to maintain this neutrality. They are same in number. Now coming to the anions, let us assume that 2 anions had also moved from cathodic compartment to the anodic compartment. Please try to understand. Anions always moves towards anode. Cations always moves towards cathode. Okay, therefore here, how many anions were there in the earlier case? 5 anions. Out of these 5 anions, how many are moving? 2 had moved. Therefore, only 3 will be remained in this one. Only 3 anions will be remained in this one. Similarly, here, how many gain of anions will be there? Earlier, there are 5. 3, 4, 5. Now 2 were gained. In the middle compartment, there are 4 in number. Therefore, how many ions are going to get deposited? Can anybody type in the chat box? In the cathodic compartment, how many are going to get deposited? Excess cations other than the neutral means 4 are deposited. 4 are deposited here. Am I correct, students? The 4 cations are getting deposited at cathode, and similarly, at anode, how many are getting deposited? That excess other than the neutral. In order to maintain neutrality, how many anions are required? 3 are required. 4. See here. They are again 4 in number. 1, 2, 3, 4 are getting deposited at this electrode. That is, when they are moving with equal speeds, the number of ions deposited are same in both the electrodes. That is a conclusion we can draw. The next conclusion, let us go into the next condition, the case 3. In the case 3, let us take a case where, okay, let us assume that this is the compartment. Now, here, let us assume that 2 cations, 2 anions had moved. Okay, let us assume that there are 5 cations. Out of these 5 cations, let us assume that 2 had moved into the anode compartment. How many will be remained? 3 will be remained. 3 will be remained. What are we doing? We are doing about the Hittorf's theoretical experiment, which is used to prove Faraday's laws that says that the number of gram equivalents are same in the same quantity of electricity is passed, irrespective of the speed. He is not worried of the speed or the nature of the substance. Here, actually, there are 5. And now new are how many new from the opposite compartment? 2 are new. And in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Now, in here, let us, that is how it is possible. It is possible because 2 cations had moved from cathode compartment to the anode compartment. To the anode compartment, they had moved. They had moved from cathode compartment to the anode compartment. Then, how many anions are there? Here, actually, how many are there? There are 5. Out of these 5, let us assume that 3 had moved out. 3 had moved towards this one. Therefore, how many actually will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 must be there. And along with 5, 3 are going to be formed. Therefore, along with the 5, we are going to have 3. That is 1, 2. Earlier, 5 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Along with 5, 3 came from Orissa, that cathode compartment. Here 4 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is no disturbance in the middle compartment. So the question is, how many are going to get deposited? Sorry, that is anions are also moving, should not move from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 must be there. Anions moves towards anode. Cations moves towards cathode. Okay, cations always moves towards cathode. Therefore, from anodic compartment, okay, but try to understand my question, that is here. From anodic compartment, two cations moves towards cathode. Okay, this should be the direction of the movement of cations. Therefore, what is going to happen? The number of cations are two had moved. Therefore, two will be decreased on this side. And how many will be there gained on the cathode side? Two will be gained. Means already five are there. 3, 4, 5. Five are there. 3, 4, 5 are there. Along with this 5, how many are gained here? 2 are gained. 2 are gained here. 2 are gained. Okay, that is 2 cations are gained here. Okay, therefore in total how many will be there? 7. 7 cations will be there on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cations are there on this side. And let us assume that 2 anions are also moving. 2 anions are also moving from cathode compartment. That is, instead of 2, let us take 3. Why? Because we are dealing about second case is this one. We are dealing about the third case. That is, speed is different. Speed is different. Okay, when 3 are moving, means how many will be there on this side? Okay, how many will be there on the anodic compartment? Means earlier 5 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there. Along with 5, 3 are added. 1, 2, 3 are added. Therefore, how many anions are gained? How many are deposited on electrolysis in the third case? In the third case, the number of ions deposited here. Can anybody tell me in the anodic compartment how many are going to get deposited? 3 plus 2 means 5 are going to get deposited. Here, 3 had moved from this. Okay, therefore, how many will be there? Only 3 will be there. Only 2 will be there. Out of 5, 3 had moved. Therefore, how many will be there? Only 2 will be there. Therefore, here how many are going to get deposited? Again 5. What does it mean? It means that then, though the speed of the cations and anions are differing, the number of ions deposited, number of equivalents deposited, when the same quantity of electricity is passed, is same in both the electrodes. That is the greatness of Faraday, which was proved now. See here, in the third case, the speed is differing. Though the speed is different, what is happening? Though the speed is different, here the number of ions that are deposited are same. That is the main, that is conclusion we can draw. Another one is the speed of the cation, that is the charge carried by the cation is proportional to the speed of the ions. Charge carried by charge of the ion is proportional to the speed. For example, you take UA and UB, that is UC, charge carried by cation charge. Okay, similarly, another one is the total number of ions that are deposited at different electrodes. If you want to calculate how many ions are deposited in cathode, how many ions are moving in this first case? Only 2 are moving. See here, we are getting 2 and 2. In the second case, how many are moving? 2 cations and 2 anions. Okay, that is 2 cations and 2 anions. Means total how many? 4. Okay, that is, in order to know, the important conclusion is that in order to calculate the number of ions that are deposited at electrodes is equal to the number of ions, total number of cations plus anions moving. Okay, here 4 are should be deposited. Why? Because 2 cations and 2 anions are moving. Therefore, 4 cations are deposited, 4 anions are deposited. That is the second conclusion. What is the second conclusion says? That the total number of ions that are deposited is equal to the sum of the cations and anions moving through the different electrodes. See here, in the third case, how many ions are getting moving? Total 5. Therefore, the number of ions deposited at cathode are how many? 5. The number of cations deposited at anode are cathode are 5, and anode are also anions deposited at anode are also how many? 5. That is also very important conclusion, my dear student. Now let us take another case where attackable electrodes are used. What do you mean by attackable electrodes? In an electrolysis, if you take, we know that if you use platinum, graphite, or palladium as electrodes, they are not going to be attacked. Okay, you use any electrolyte, HCl as an electrolyte. Then you use cathode as palladium, anode also at palladium or graphite. These are said to be passive electrodes. Instead of this one, you take another electrolytic cell where you take up silver electrodes. Silver as an electrode in silver chloride. Cathode is silver, anode is also silver. Cathode is silver, anode is also silver. In which electrode we are talking about? In electrolyte is silver chloride. What is the specialty of this one? There is a common cation. In silver electrode, in silver chloride is said to be an active electrode. What is going to happen here? They are also called as attackable electrodes. What is going to happen? These electrodes, silver rod, silver anode is going to convert into this anode. This is nothing but anode. Anode is always what is the charge of anode? Anode is negative charge. This anode is going to get dissolved. Ag is converted into Ag plus electron is also formed. This is a new reaction. Along with the deposition of electrode, Ag plus is deposited at cathode. Ag plus electron, that is reduction. Cathodic reduction takes place. It is called as cathodic reduction. Ag, silver solid is formed. And chlorine, we know that chloride, Cl minus, moves towards anion. Therefore, Cl minus gives Cl2. Cl2 plus 2 electrons are released. This is nothing but what is the removal of electrons called as oxidation. My dear students, you must remember that at anode oxidation takes place and at cathode reduction takes place. Okay, there are how many reactions are taking place here? The first reaction is called as cathodic reduction. Cathodic reduction. The last reaction is called as the anodic oxidation. Generally, these two reactions takes place in passive electrodes also. But in an active electrode, along with them, anodic dissolution also takes place. It is called as anodic dissolution. Anodic dissolution, dissolve. Silver rod is going to get dissolved. So after some time, silver rod will not exist. We have to replace the silver rod. Therefore, such electrodes are called as, what are they called as? They are also called as active electrodes. Now let us take the case where active electrodes are used. In an active electrode are used, what is going to happen? There is a generation of or creation of anions. Anodic compartment is is filled with okay, now let us take the condition where we are having attackable electrodes. Okay, please follow. The time is very short. Let us, in the beginning, how many are there? Let us assume that 2 cations had moved away from this one towards anode. Therefore, 3 will be remaining. And here anions, that is, let us assume that 2 had moved from here to here. Sorry, again the same mistake I'm doing. Okay, that is cations had moved from this compartment. That is 2 cations had moved from this compartment to this compartment, means how many will be there? There will be 5. There are 5 in the beginning. Along with 5, we are going to generate how many? 2. That is 2 are gained from the anodic compartment. Now how many will be remained here? 3 will be remained. Am I correct, students? Okay, now coming to the anions part. In the anions, anions moves towards anode. Let us assume 3 had moved. 3 had moved towards this electrode. Therefore, when 3 are moved, 2 will be there here. And here how many will be there? Along with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Along with 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 will be gained. 3 will be gained here. Okay, 3 will be gained. Therefore, okay, that is a condition. Now, it is an attackable electrode, means anode. Just now we had seen in the at anode, new ions are going to be formed, cations. Which ions are going to be formed? Cations. How many will be there? Actually, there are 3 excess here. 5 earlier and 3 excess. In order to maintain neutrality, how many will be generated? Okay, please imagine here. There are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Along with those 5, 8 are generated. Now, how many deficients are there? We require 5. Therefore, 1. In order to maintain neutrality, 5 are added. Why? Because anodic dissolution is there. There is a scope for addition of this one. Therefore, now the question is, how many cations are getting dissolved or generated? 5. See here, these 5. How many cations are deposited at a cathode? 5.